Ready?
Got open man. DJ Moore. End zone. Touchdown. Touchdown Bears.
I am Jeff Joniak.
Blitz is on. Down he goes. Brisker.
What was it like playing for Coach Ditka?
I don't want to answer any questions like that.
Pressure coming. He's in big trouble. Down he goes. Montez Sweat.
And now, Bears Etc. brought to you by Miller Lite with the voices of the Bears, Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer.
Well, it's a big week in the NFL with the Super Bowl and all, and that game was within reach for our Bears here in 2025-2026. After a wonderful, exciting season, we all loved it, we all got a chance to cherish it, and we'll do a little more of that today. And remember, 40 years ago in Super Bowl 20, with Super Bowl winning Bears guard Tom Thayer, we discuss with Jeff Joniak here on episode 207 of the Bears Etc. podcast. This episode of Bears Etc. brought to you by Miller Lite, the official beer partner of your Chicago Bears. Tastes like Miller Time Chicago. Go to MillerLite.com/BearsPod to find delivery options near you. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Tom, we've got a very special guest. And last minute at that, wonderful to join us. The matriarch of the wonderful Payton family, Connie Payton, kind enough to join us on short notice before you begin your Super Bowl 60 week. How about that? 40 years after Super Bowl 20, you're still grinding.
I know, but this is a lot easier. It's a lot easier going now, though, because I remember like yesterday, I promise you, I was so nervous. And I remember sitting there in the Superdome, and my father had come with me. We had Jared. He was a little kid. And even though we were killing them, my father's like, can you relax now? I'm like, no, I can't relax. Not until that whistle blows and it's the end of the game. And I know that it's over and whatever. No. Till the clock strikes 0-0. No, I cannot relax. But I tell you, it was truly years worth waiting for. It really was. Yeah.
You know, Connie, everything that you went through throughout your life in the NFL. So we beat the Rams in the NFC Championship game. From that moment to what you're talking about at the actual Super Bowl, did that 2 weeks seem like a long time? Did it seem like a sense of accomplishment that you've been fighting for your guys' whole football life?
You know what, Tom? It did, but it was truly scary because, you know, for me, and I don't know where Walter was in his thoughts, but for me, all I could think about was, believe it or not, all the bad years. And I was really thankful and happy that, you know, in the last couple of years, up until the Super Bowl, we had a great team. All of Walter's career, you know, you hope that something like that would happen, that the team would get to a point that they would be Super Bowl contenders, but you just don't know. And we finally got there. And my whole thing was, what if we do go and then we don't win? Then what? You know, do we start over again? Will we make it back there again? And I think that's why I was so nervous, because I think I believed in my heart that we would make it there. But what if we got there and we didn't win the game? Then I don't know what I would have done. So,
you know, I got to say, is one of the worst memories and haunts me in my entire football career and my life for that matter, is when Walter fumbled. It was my fault. And it's something, Connie, that I never don't think about. I think about it each and every Super Bowl. I think about it each and every highlight of the Super Bowl I watch. And when I think about that, from, you know, to me growing up here in the Illinois and the Chicagoland area in Joliet, you know, Walter was a hero of mine that I just couldn't believe the first time I ever stood in the huddle with him. But then at the Super Bowl, when I had a failed block and it resulted in that, it's something that, you know, I feel like I should apologize to you for, but you know, it's my responsibility, and it's one of the worst football memories, and I'm glad what you talked about is we went on to win the game and have a big victory because of that.
Oh, Tom, God, I'm so sorry that you've thought about that. And that probably was the least thing from my mind, honestly. And it's in a game. Things happen. I don't even think I ever thought about the fumble, to be honest with you.
Okay,
so I wouldn't think about it being your fault.
I consider we're clear in the air here. So
yes.
let's move on.
You're good. Let it go.
That was confession, and you have been absolved of your sin, Tom. Who beat you on the play, by the way?
It was a combination block with Keith Van Horn and myself against Garen Veras up to Stevie Nelson, the linebacker. And so I kind of didn't stick with Van Horn long enough because I thought that the linebacker was going to come. Garen Veras split us and hit Walter before he could control the handoff, and the rest is history. And but it's something that I could replay it in my mind each and every time. And from the time I saw the fumble to running to the sideline, all I could think to myself is, oh my God, I'm responsible for what could be the worst play in Chicago sports history.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think you're the only one thinking that, because no one, I don't think anybody ever thought about. I never thought about the fumble, to be honest with you.
Connie, nobody remembers, but Tom. And you know, that's a typical offensive lineman for you. That's why Walter loved those guys up front. Score big at your local Chevy dealer. The Chevy Silverado will take you through this season in style. Chevy Drive Chicago, official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. So you're headed to the Super Bowl on Wednesday, and Thursday night is awards night, and which is the biggest award of all, the prestigious honor is the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Each team gets a nominee. Are all 32, do they all show up and then they don't, or has it been already trimmed? I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, you know what? Most of the guys do show up. We have some that don't, but most of the guys do show up. And honestly, it's an honor for the kids and I every year, and before that, like several weeks ago, we had a Zoom call like we're doing now with the nominees, and just even on the Zoom call to sit and be in the presence of those guys who are just so committed to their passion and whatever they're doing to make a difference in the world, and to listen to them and to know that some of them weren't even born probably when Walter in the highlights of his career, but just to hear them talk about what this means to them. And they don't do it, for the publicity or anything like that, but that it's just a lifelong commitment. It's just something that, they want to do, and they want to make a difference. And they realize that, the legacy goes, a much further, when you're committed to, doing something in the world to help other people. And these guys are just awesome. And it's hard for me every year because, I get to vote, and it starts off, where we get a packet, with all of the guys and what they're doing on the field, and, what their charities are about, and I get to read all of this stuff. And one is just as good as the other. Yeah. So every year for me, it's really, really hard for me to decide. I have to narrow it down from 32 to 5, and then from 5 to 3. And it's truly hard, and I just got sticky notes and papers everywhere, because I really want to be good about reading everybody's bio and really focusing in on what they're doing. And so it's truly, truly hard. And I don't know who the winner is until honors night. So it'll be interesting to see if at least one of my 3 picks wins.
Exactly. Are the 3 finalists announced yet or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, good. Bears wide receiver DJ Moore is the Bears representative, also outstanding in what he's done, not only in Chicago, but in Philadelphia, and I believe in Charlotte as well when he was with the Panthers. But each team nominates one. The winner receives up to a $250,000 donation to the charity of his choice, and all club winners up to a $40,000 donation, courtesy of the NFL Foundation and Nationwide Foundation as well. Nationwide is the sponsor. So this was renamed in 1999. So yeah, some of these guys were, but a lot of guys, I just got done doing the Senior Bowl, and a lot of these guys are born in 2003, 2000.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm feeling old, as you know what. And but how gratifying and humbling is it that this thing has ballooned into what it is?
it's way beyond anything that we would have ever imagined. And, I remember being asked and going to, I think the game was in Atlanta in 99. The Super Bowl was in Atlanta in 99 when they had the kids and I come and saying they were going to change it to the Walter Payton Man of the Year. And I don't think I ever thought anything about Walter's charitable contributions, because it was just a part of who he was and it was part of what he wanted to do. And he truly enjoyed, what he did and his involved kids and being that he would have been a teacher if he hadn't played football. So that was really his passion too. And to make a difference in the lives of kids. And so it was just, I don't think I had a clue as to where it would go. But I think it's, that these guys, it's just something they really want to do. But the league, too, have put a lot into truly making sure that these guys are recognized. And I think they have pushed to make it the most meaningful award to win. And nationwide, honestly, they truly have been incredible in what they've done and helping these guys and pushing it. And I know it's been good for their company, too. But no, we wouldn't have never imagined that it would be at this level. But we're really thrilled and happy, that Walter's name could be associated with something that's so meaningful and something that these players truly, truly want to win every year. Yeah.
Connie, it's so cool that it's so important to all these guys. So does each year take on a new year in terms of the players that you're getting introduced to and you're investigating, and you don't have to name them. Is there anybody since you've been picking this award that kind of still stands out to you that in his unique accomplishments or what he's done, or someone that's just kind of, that you've grown an attachment with or to that has stood out to be kind of special?
Well, to be honest, Tom, they truly all are special. When we get to meet these guys, they are so loving and so kind. And I'm just blown away in how, they're just in awe of meeting the kids and I, because we represent Walter. But, and I'm just thankful too that somehow most of the guys that I've really horned in on have truly made it, have won the award and been picked. I mean, there's been some years, only a few years, where I might have picked my nominee, might have not had won, but it was okay because he was still a winner in my heart. Like we tell the guys, there's only one trophy, but you're all winners. And it's too bad that we don't have 32 trophies that everybody can get an award, but that they're all men of the year as far as we're concerned. But for the most part, there's some years where it's changed, but some of these guys have been nominated 3 and 4 times on different teams. So some of the guys we see a repeat, of being nominated. And then there are years where it's, new guys that have been, that have come to the forefront for their teams.
Well, one of them's Peanut Tillman back in 2013. Also, Jim Flanagan won in 2000. Mike Singletary in 1990. Dave Duerson, the late Dave Duerson in 87. And Walter won it in 1977. Charles, that one, I was there for that. And that was awesome to see.
It was awesome because I have to admit he was my number one pick. And not because he played for the Bears. Had nothing to do with that.
Right. Yeah, that's true. It has nothing to do with that, for sure. How do you tell a cashier you're a Bears fan without telling them you're a Bears fan? With the Chicago Bears PNC Bank Visa Debit Card, which gets you exclusive discounts on Bears merchandise. Find out more at pnc.com/BearsCard. So every single time, without fail, that I see Connie Payton, Jared Payton, Brittany Payton, their spouses, your grandchildren, everybody's got a smile on their face. They are warm. They are humble. They are delightful to talk to and visit with, yourself included. Why is this? You guys are just bubbling with positivity and grace. I say that in all honesty. You and Walter, his legacy has filtered through your children and grandchildren in a very profound way, in my opinion.
Oh, well, thank you. But you know what? We're blessed because we just feel that, that everybody we approach too just have like this open arm effect to us. And I often tell the story that, and I've told the story like when Walter first passed, and which was probably one of the hardest things that I ever had to go through. But I found a lot of comfort in knowing that there was probably not one door in the city of Chicago that if I went and knocked on, that they wouldn't have opened the door and welcomed me in and given me love and hugs and everything I needed to comfort me. And I truly feel that that's what the city of Chicago has done for us, my family. They truly have just opened their arms and they've just pulled us in. So we feel that love and the grace that we get from the city. So it makes it easy. It truly does. We were so blessed to play in a city like Chicago with such awesome fans. I tell you, as much as I didn't want to come for the game, the last home game against the Rams because I was too nervous. And I even told Mads to me, I'm saying, Mom, I'll be honest with you. When I'm home, I don't watch the games because I feel like they're better off when I don't watch. And I'm like, yeah, I never thought I would have been superstitious, but I've gotten a little touch of that. And I said, now, if I come, I'm taking one for the team because I pace and I walk and I pray. And I said, not that everybody's not doing that same thing. And I'm like, but that's just how much I want them to win. So if I come, but I tell you, coming the other weekend, it was so powerful. And I told the kids, I'm like, I don't know if I felt this kind of excitement back in 85. I don't think I felt that. It was so electrifying being in that stadium that Sunday. At that game, I tell you, it's a feeling that I will carry to my grave, with me for the rest of my life. It was so awesome to be there and experience that, with that city and those fans. It truly was.
Connie, the opening week of the season, the Minnesota, the 40-year anniversary, when you look back on it, does it seem like time has gone by fast, or do you look at some of these guys and go, God, I remember you as a 25-year-old, or I remember you as a 20-something-old, or how did that night feel in particular to you?
Well, you know what? It's a lot of fun. It's fun to come back and to see the guys and in hopes that everybody's doing well and looking great. But Tom, I'm going to tell you something. These years are going by way too fast. And it's kind of scary to me because when I think about it, I'm like, my Lord, I'll be 72 years old this year. It's like, wait, what happened? Stop. Let's stop. I'm happy to be here, but the time is truly going by fast. And it is hard to believe that it's 40 years, but yet we have a city that still loves those guys, still talk about the Super Bowl, still love the Super Bowl shuffle, all of that. Honestly, it's just, it's amazing. It really is, but it's going by fast. But I'm lucky. I'm out here, even though I'm living out here in AZ, I get to see Matt, I get to see Doug Plank, I get to see, and Doug wasn't a part of the 85 team, but he was, a constant, he was, consistent in being with the Bears and playing and doing well, and Al Harris, so a lot of the guys out here. So I feel like I really have a big camaraderie of Bear, old Bear players, retired Bear players out here and getting together, and we get to talk and laugh about old times, and so it's great for me. And I didn't do much of that back home, but it's really nice being able to get with these guys and have them be okay and, to talk and reminisce about old times.
Good news, Chicago. United Airlines is getting brand new planes with all the bells and whistles like Bluetooth connectivity, screens at every seat, and room for everyone's roller bag. United, proud to fly the Chicago Bears, and you too. I want to go back to the divisional playoff game that you just described against the Rams, because Tom and I have been together for 29 years, 25 doing the games. That was the best experience that I've felt. Tom, I think, shares in that opinion. As broadcasters, the stadium was shaking, and it was, I keep referring to it, Connie, as a cinematic moment. In fact, all these dramatic wins they had over the course of the season that made your heart just flutter, as I call it, a nail nibbler. It was cinematic. It was theater. It was big screen. It was this beautiful, beautiful movie, and then this dramatic end, and this ending didn't finish the way you wanted. All movies don't end the way you want, but did it not take that? Because nobody wanted to leave after the game. The stadium was shaking. We felt it in the booth for the first time in our lives. from the snow to the cold to the game under the lights to the L.A. Rams, Hollywood coming to Chicago. It felt cinematic. Did you almost feel like you were in a movie?
I really did. Honestly, I have never felt anything like that. And everybody kept saying, were you cold? No, I didn't even get cold. I was wishing it would have been colder for the other team. But I'm like, I know it probably wouldn't have mattered. But I'm like, no, it was truly special. It was truly, truly, truly special. And honestly, I'm just so thankful that the kids and I got to share it and be a part of it, because like I said, I will remember it forever. That day and that feeling that I got. Yeah.
Are you amazed at what the Super Bowl has become? Because you go back to our Super Bowl, they didn't have the glitter falling on the field. Everybody went into the locker rooms after the game. Now the aftermath of the game takes as long as a quarter of the football game takes itself.
I know. You know what? It's really it's overkill to me. It truly is, and I'm not complaining. You know that the kids and I get to go because of the Man of the Year, but it's a lot. It truly is a lot. And then I think about, we were talking the other day because Brittany had mentioned, well, if the Bears do win to the Super Bowl, we have to bring the kids. And I'm like, girl, do you know what that's going to cost us to bring the kids? Do you know these tickets, the price, what was it? I think our tickets $70 some, I think.
$75 for our Super Bowl.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
What's the ticket?
That won't get you a bag of popcorn right now.
It will not. And I just think I don't know how people get to afford to come these days. I truly don't. I really don't. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And honestly, I think I enjoyed it better when it was sort of low key and real people could afford to come and enjoy it. And now, it's just this big corporate thing and, whatever. And and even like the parties before, and I don't remember if they even had like the tailgate parties and all of that. I don't know when all of that started. I mean, even the production in that you got it's crazy. The entertainment and the setup and all the people and all the pretty people. It's just, it's crazy. Yeah.
I got a question about your son and daughter and the careers that they've went down the path on. Both were on TV. Both one. I don't know what Brittany's doing right now, but having a son on WGN, which you can see anywhere in the nation, is got to be a cool moment for you. Did you ever imagine they would both be front and center, faces on camera, and working that as their profession?
I truly didn't. Brittany, she knew from college that's what she wanted to do. But Jared, for a while, we didn't know what path he was going. He thought he wanted to be a rapper.
I didn't know that.
Oh, we spent a lot of money on studio time.
What? Really?
As a matter of fact, I came across a contract the other day when I was going through some boxes in storage from when he and this guy started this company. Yes. He's got plenty of little tracks and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I kept saying, look, I'm done. You've got to find something to do. I don't know what it's going to be, but you need a real job. You've got to find a real job. So it was just a blessing how this all happened for him. And he loves it. And he has grown into it. And I can't tell you how it warms my heart when I get like texts from people, or if I run into people when I'm back there telling me how he makes their day, and they love him, they love the energy he brings, and he's always got a smile. But that's been Jared. Jared has been that kid from a little kid. He has always been a very positive, uplifting kid who, I don't know, just always saw the glass full, and that's just who he is. But you know what? And I am proud of both of them. And Brittany, too. I mean, that's what she wanted to do, and I knew she would do well at it. And now, as a matter of fact, I said, Brittany, do you mind if Jeff didn't bring you guys up if I mention what you guys are doing now? Because she and Jared have started a Payton production company, their own production company that they're working on. And they actually have working with the Hall of Fame and USA Today in featuring everyday heroes. So their first piece that they did should be coming out. And I don't know if it's going to be online or how it's coming out, but it's supposed to be released February 27th. And so they're excited about that. And then I think her next piece is coming up. The person that she's interviewing is right here in Tucson. So she'll be going to Tucson. But they're, it's small steps, but I'm really proud of them that they're working toward. This is something they've wanted to do for a long time. And they're both working towards it. And I'm thankful that the Hall of Fame, gave them a chance to do these pieces for them. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Tom, we got time for a couple more.
Connie, on Super Bowl Sunday, what time does your day get started, and how does everything take place in terms of the presentation and just everything that you go through on Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, you know what, Tom? It's easy for me now because Jared and Brittany, it's all in their hands now, and they do a wonderful job, from honors night, being on stage. I mean, they're the ones that are, out front doing everything. I get to look, as a proud mom, get to sit back and watch my kids shine and, and do right by their father. So for me, I get up like anybody else, have breakfast, get dressed. I don't have to worry about how I look to get ready to go to the game. But for somebody like Brittany, there's makeup and there's all of this stuff that morning and preparing to get ready to go. And so we'll probably leave the hotel, around 9-ish or something like that, and, head to the tailgate party, and we'll be there, and both kids will be there until they're taken to the field. And I'm just thankful that I don't have to do all of that anymore, because I'm truly the person that loves being in the background. I'm your biggest supporter, and I'll be there, and I'll do whatever you need for me to do in the background, but I don't need to be out front. So I'm really proud of Jared and Brittany for all that they bring and they do, and they truly represent, our family very well. And I know their father is smiling and, and so proud of what they're doing and how they're representing him. And so it's easy for me, and I'm glad, because at almost 70, I don't want to do much, Tom. I just want to be a Gigi, and I just want to go to baseball games, soccer games, and I'm happy. And if I don't have to dress up for anything anymore, I'm good.
Well, 72 is the new 55, so you got a long way to support and a long way to go.
Thank you.
Hey, Bears fans, Steinhoffels is a proud partner of the Chicago Bears. This Bears season, Steinhoffels partnered with Special Spaces Illinois to create dream bedrooms for children battling cancer. For every false start caused by the Bears defense during a home game, Steinhoffels donated $1,000 to Special Spaces Illinois. Shop in-store and online at steinhoffels.com. I'll wrap it up with this because we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the late Virginia McCaskey, the McCaskey family, and how they have been so important to you guys, the Payton family, the Walter Payton Center, the Payton statue outside of Soldier Field. And, I never used this term until I thought about it at the Senior Bowl. Those guys brought up Virginia. Ben Johnson did after the season and the review of the season. But they played for the patch, that patch that was created by the McCaskey family. They played for that patch right over their hearts. And, there was some heaven-sent moments. Had to be, right?
Yes, indeed. Well, you know what? Again, we are just so thankful, for the relationship that we have with the McCaskey family. And Mrs. McCaskey really cared for Walter, and he loved her too. And they had, a special relationship. And George McCaskey, oh my God, he's got to be one of my most favorite people in the world. And, to the point where, honestly, I just feel like, again, if we needed anything, we'd always pick up a phone, and George will always be there with a listening ear and to help if he can. So we're very fortunate to have them by our side and just to be friends and be a part of the family. And honestly, it's just, really, I just think about being a part of the Chicago Bears and that whole history and and for everything the Bears has brought and done in NFL and the league, and to know that Walter is a part of that in our family, and it will be forever and ever and ever. And we couldn't be more grateful and thankful for all the things that they've wanted to do, like the statue and all of these things that we would have loved to have done, but we couldn't have afforded to and have it done, and to have them behind us and to make sure all that came to fruition and it's done. It's so meaningful. It truly is. And it will be there forever and ever for my grandkids, my great grandkids and their kids. It'll all be there,
And
so.
all started at HBCU. And as we move into the month of February here in Black History Month, Walter Payton certainly on that list of greatness that started at HBCU.
Yes. And who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Exactly. Every sip of Blue Moon's Belgian-style wheat ale, crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander, a winning drive for your taste buds. Blue Moon, made brighter, and a proud partner of the Chicago Bears. Tom, we've been blessed. This has been a wonderful half hour. Thank you so much, Connie, for carving out a little bit of time for us. Enjoy your trip to Santa Clara, and good luck with the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year ceremony. Please give our best to Jared and Brittany, and we'll see you soon.
I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being there for my son. And I know, Jeff, both of you have been there, and he could rely on you for help, for info, just to lead and guide him. So I'm thankful for what you guys have brought to the city and covering the team. And thank you for being a part of my family's life too. I love you both. And thank you for thinking of me. I'm glad we were able to get this done.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't have done it for most people, but
thank you.
You guys are special.
It was awesome.
It was a joy. But one thing, please tell your son to stay out of the weight room then, because every time he sees me, it's not a handshake. It is a grizzly bear hug that lifts me up off the ground, almost cracking my ribs. And he does it in the most loving way. But Tom,
that's a family trait.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, is he mirroring Walter Payton there?
Yeah. Unbelievable. Good news, Chicago United Airlines is getting brand new planes with all the bells and whistles like Bluetooth connectivity, screens at every seat and room for everyone's roller bag. United, proud to fly the Chicago Bears and you too. That's going to do it for us. Special thanks to Connie Payton. For Tom Thayer, I'm Jeff Joniak. Thanks for listening, everybody. Please subscribe now on the Chicago Bears official app, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. And bear down, everybody.